11:05 a.m. Tuesday, May 3rd, 2022. Title of this video is going to be Caviar versus Deadpool. It's going to be riots. It's going to be angry people. Probably a lot of churches get burned down. So I was just talking the other day about dignity, quality of life. So here's the thing. First and foremost, what is in the news as of today is a leaked draft. For those who are stupid, what this actually means is that they have not made a decision yet. And this could change. I'm not saying this is good or bad. I have no dog in this race. You've heard my thoughts on some other things to do with this before. You got stupid people that are cheering for the idea that anyone can just go traumatize themselves at any time and it should be fucking fine. And I've also heard a bunch of people that really don't know what they're talking about saving every baby's life. And it's like, you're not personally going to adopt these children that you're forcing to exist. And you're not going to be able to provide adequately for these children that you're forcing to exist. People don't know what they're talking about. Prime example, two people whose actual opinions on abortion I do not give a single fuck about would be like Steven Crowder, Lydia Smith, the producer from Timcast. Because she talks her whole conservative game and whatever else. She just, a couple days ago, got married. She doesn't have children. To my knowledge, she's never even had a miscarriage. Might even actually be a virgin from the sound of things. So, somebody with very little experience, firsthand, real-world knowledge on things, having an opinion like, we must save all the babies because all life is precious. And it's like, no, all life is not precious. Not every baby needs to be born. I'm sorry. I'm not saying I'm pro-abortion because I'm not. But here's what it really means. Okay? Certain states have automatic triggers. So if this becomes the final verdict and it is finalized and ruled on, states like Louisiana will have automatic laws. They have call it tripwire laws or whatever it is, that as soon as this happens, okay, laws change. Other states will have the same kind of thing in the opposite direction. So California, New York, probably Minnesota, Illinois, Washington, Oregon, But because most people are terminally stupid, there's going to be riots before there's even a decision. And the reason I mention this is you may recall that about 2 years ago, there was a Supreme Court, the same Supreme Court, refused to even hear evidence, affidavits, witness testimonies to do with a presidential election. And the Chief Justice, who I would love to find out had killed himself, if that guy took himself out, I would be all right. Because this clown has no spine, no testicles, no intestines. There was leaked from the Supreme Court, one of their clerks talked to the press. There was a shouting match between the Chief Justice and one of the older, more tenured and conservative justices on the Supreme Court. And what the Chief Justice's stupid, got no business being a Chief Justice ass said was, they mentioned some previous instance where there was something where they needed to hear the case and the justice erupts roaring, screaming, and he shouts, but they didn't have fucking riots. Well, I'm sorry. Is our justice system at the whim and mercy of the mob? I mean, you've got the weaponized zombies, the NPCs. You got these people who get whipped into a frenzy and they don't even know why. Fucking Roe v. Wade. Okay, but do you even know what the ruling meant? The fact is, if the Supreme Court overturns Roe versus Wade, it does not automatically make abortion illegal. What it does do is make it a states' rights matter, which it kind of is because it's not automatically delegated to the federal government. And no, I don't think that the ability to terminate a pregnancy is necessarily a constitutional right. The constitutional rights have to do with natural law, for the most part. I know that there's not a lot natural about firearms and, bearing arms. But you have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, human dignity, right? You should have the right to the dignity of not being forced to exist in a life with parents that don't give a fuck and abuse you too. And the individual's right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are only basic. No one is forced to provide for you. You must survive yourself. So, if you wanted to have the abortion, it kind of means you need to get your ass kicked and thrown down some steps if you want it that bad. Oh, that's pretty fucking terrible. That's horrifying. That's evil. Yes, it is. That's my point. I'm trying to bring a little shock. A lot of people don't think about this. A lot of people really don't. A lot of people that claim that they think that all women should be able to just go out and get pregnant and have an abortion every other week or whatever. They do not understand the process. They do not understand the trauma. And people with that kind of advocacy, honestly, I know it's a eugenic thing to say that people should be sterilized. Those people shouldn't reproduce anyway. We don't need them, right? I'm not suggesting we sterilize the stupid. Although I believe that might actually solve a lot of the world's problems. But anyways, we'll keep this one short. I just woke up. I tend to keep a mix of all directionality of political alignment in my feeds and whatnots on YouTube. And so I'm seeing some people crowing about it. I'm seeing some people flipping out about it. There goes my coffee. So all I can say is don't panic. Don't be a fucking moron. Nothing is passed yet, as of the recording of this video at least, and it is entirely possible that our garbage piece of shit Supreme Court that doesn't actually rule on half the cases that they really ought to be ruling on. I mean, I'm just saying, if John Roberts had a ball sack with balls in it, a spine in his back, and intestines under his tummy, he would have been willing to see the affidavits that alleged some pretty significant fraudulence a couple years ago. And we would not be in any of this fucked up bullshit that we are all dealing with right now. We wouldn't be in that if the Supreme Court had ruled appropriately and been willing to see cases that they needed to see that were more important than Roe versus fucking Wade. Everybody have a good Tuesday. It's going to be weird.